Hi Bracha, thank you for uploading your photo shoot, not your homework, so I appreciate that you took my advice on that. I said that this is really the most important part. Sorry for the delay in getting you this video. We had a baby, Baruch Hashem, Mazel Tov, so things got a little delayed, plus it's the busiest time of the year, so anyway. Okay, let's jump in. So overall, just looking now at these pictures, you're doing great. You're moving forward. There's still a lot of things to that we can learn from right now. So let's just jump in. Okay, so you're shooting with a Rebel T5i 85mm. What lens do you have? So you have the 135mm. Okay, so already off the bat, you're in a little bit of a difficult position because 85mm, that means you are, for this picture, you're actually quite a way away. You really are. So it's difficult to, that's difficult to interact with especially with the kids. This is a great shot. This really is a great shot. You've got a lovely triangle over here, beautifully posed. Good eye contact here. It's not perfect eye contact, but it's fine. The triangle holds in regards to cutting the feet off and stuff. I don't think that's a problem in this picture. Excuse me. As we've said, I don't know if I say this to everybody. Are we allowed to cut off hands and feet? Yes. Are we allowed to break lines and shapes? No. So there isn't actually a breaking in the lines here because these hands really give us the line. This is kind of by the way. It doesn't help. It definitely doesn't add anything to the picture, that's for sure. But it doesn't really detract from the picture. Plus we could vignette a little bit here, darken the edges, and that would also take away a little bit. What isn't particularly attractive is this line coming through. This is graphically, this is very ugly. This wood is something that I would try to keep away, try to keep out of my picture. It doesn't really have any graphical value. The most redeeming part of the picture is this beautiful triangle and the expression on this kid's face here. You're shooting at 400, 5.6 at 200th of a second. I think those stats are perfect. Excellent. I think you can't get a wider aperture with this lens. If you could, that wouldn't be perfect. But I don't think you can. The truth is as well, you need 5.6 in this situation because you do actually need to have quite a lot of depth of field to keep everyone sharp. But 400 ISO, shooting at 200th of a second, those stats are absolutely excellent. Really. Okay, and I think this is about as sharp as it's going to get with your camera and this lens. Very good. Okay, so here we've got this space here is dead space. Our eye isn't moving over here, so there's no reason to have it basically. Excuse me. I've worked so hard over the past few weeks. Plus we had a baby that I'm literally worn down. But anyway, just got to keep going. Okay, so again we've got a triangle here. This line here is implied because of the direction going down from them. So we have a nice triangle moving into this space over here. But like I said, this area here is really a dead area. So we can just cut that off. Just cut that away. It would be nice to actually have a little bit more space over here. But no, that's better. That's a much better picture. Just look at the difference. Do you see? Much more balanced. Stats wise, same as they were before, perfect. This is, as my children would describe, icky. Okay, that has no place in a picture. You are responsible for stuff like this. Okay, you really do have to be on top of things like this, especially like trash, litter in the background, and like unseemly things. Here this line works a lot better than it did in this picture. Because it's actually the horizontal, like the orderliness of it adds something. Over here a little less so. I would still be trying to find somewhere green or a little more ornate than this kind of worn out grey like weathered wood. But anyway, the actual expressions, again, I can see that you're not catching the expressions. The mother who's standing next to you to the right is. Try and get her to come behind you. And if she's going, what you can say to the mother is, Mum, go for it, go crazy, get their attention, get them laughing, do whatever you need to do. But when you see me go, slow me, I need you to stop, okay? And then the kids will transfer their gaze. They will still be in the same like emotional state, but you will be able to catch their eyes, and that's going to add a lot of energy to the picture. So have the mother literally behind your back, literally touching you as close as she can to you. And then when you should prep her beforehand and say, when I shout out, slow me, I want you to stop immediately, and that will allow the kids to transfer their gaze to me, and then I'll get the eye contact with the expression that you generated. Okay, excellent, beautiful. Okay, let's criticize first and then give you your big kudos, because this really does deserve a lot of kudos. Are we allowed to cut off hands and legs? Yes. Are we allowed to break lines and shapes? No. Did you break a line and shape? Yes. Doing. Okay, we have a beautiful movement this way, but this hand needed to be kept in. That dramatically reduces the beauty of this picture. Just need a little bit more room at the bottom. Okay, stats, perfect. Okay, background, beautiful, perfect, excellent. Expression, 10 out of 10, excellent, 11 out of 10. The balance of the image is beautiful. The separation between background and subject is excellent. Everything about this picture is excellent, except for the fact that you cut her fingers off. It's not the end of the world, but I'm just that for me is all it needed was just a teeny drop more, and that would have been a perfect picture. Again, vignetting it would probably help. Just to darken this area here would probably help, but that really is a great shot. Love the energy, love the balance, the movement. Excellent. Expression is worth everything. Fantastic. Okay, so this picture graphically is excellent. It's a beautiful picture, but there's a real issue here that I'm sure you're aware of, which is this shadow being cast, obviously, by the piece of wood above this kid's head. And you end up with this line coming across. That needs to have been recognised at the shoot. Okay, that there's nothing to do about that. That is a rookie mistake that I'm very happy that you made, because you're not going to make it again. Okay, all what you needed to do was this kid needed to be moved about half a foot this way, and he would be completely in the shade. So I'm pretty sure that would be the case. But you'd have to see yourself. But you'll see anyway. Things like this have to be recognised, even though it really is a beautiful picture. This line here adds a lot of energy and depth, perspective. You've got all this beautiful green texture in the background that adds just a lovely kind of light, springy feel. Good expression on the kid. Face a little dark, but the problem is because you've got the bright side over here. Stats again, Mutsuyan, Perfecto, excellent. I think I would probably crop in, didn't mean to do that. I think I'd probably crop in a little bit like this. Yeah, probably crop in and drop like that. You've got beautiful movement coming from the kid going in this direction, even though you've got an energy moving that way, but the eyes really take you this way, plus this beam is super important. So it's a very well balanced image. It's basically excellent, except for this line here that destroys it. Okay, so this is one of those like whack, whack, wow kind of pictures that next time you will nail it, Bezrat Hashem, but this time you learn from it, which is even better than nailing it. It's great to learn from stuff. Okay, it's also a very cute picture. The light is messy here. That's the first thing that pops out. I would be avoiding this kind of place like the plague. I do not want... It's not really called dappled light because It's dappled light is when it comes through trees and it's like spotty, like there's highlights and shadows, highlights, shadows. This is just there's this beam blocking the light, which means you've just got this highlight over here and you've got the shadow over here. Okay, we want to avoid that. We want uniform light on our face. We want uniform light on the face of our subjects. Nearly always that means you're in shade. Every now and again you'll be using sunlight, but generally we're using shade. Obviously the next level is when you get to the world of Flash, which is a whole different world. But then you can start, then you basically bring your own light and you can start doing as you wish, and you'll have a lot more options available to you. But anyway, as it goes, the composition here is quite nice. That isn't good. His arm should be closer in. There should be separation between his hand and the edge of the canvas. That's creating a sticking point for our eye. Our eye gets stuck there a little bit. So if that hand just moved in a slight teeny little bit, that would make all the difference. And I don't think this beam here is helping that much. So I would probably be doing something like that. Maybe. Not sure. But like I said, I can't really see past this light. You have to make sure next time, be super sensitive and aware of how the light is falling on the face. You've got down the stats. You've really developed a real sensitivity to the balances and the tensions in the image. You're getting great subjects. You're getting great smiles and laughs and excitement and energies. Next step now is pay more attention to the lines intersecting the edge of the canvas. Make sure not to cut lines that are intersecting the edge of the canvas, and be very careful of the light that's falling on your subject's face. Okay, what should we take into Lightroom? See, that I would like to take this one to Lightroom, but it's just not going to be worth it with that. I think let's take this one in, and we're just going to push it a little bit further. It doesn't really need much in Lightroom, but we'll push it a little bit further. Excuse me. Well, my computer decides if he wants to do this or not. Oh, he's agreed. Okay, that's very kind of him. Thank you. Okay, let's jump in. Let's get me out of the way. All I'm really thinking here is I'm going to soften the background a little bit more, and I'm going to just bring out the hair of the kid a little bit more. I'm just basically going to work with emphasizing our subject to drop. I'm going to be using the clarity tool over here. There you go. Just give it that teeny little edge. Paint around. Beautiful. I do believe it with all my heart that the most beautiful thing in all of creation is the face of a child. I really do believe that. Just brighten it up a teeny little bit. Okay, now what I want to do is, I think actually I don't want to brighten this. I actually want to darken it a little bit, but I want to add a little bit of warmth to it. The green is where I came from as a kid. We would call it a little bit leery. So I want to just de-lairify it, if that's a word. I don't even know if layer is a word. So if leery isn't a word, then to de-lairify something for sure isn't a word. But let's just go with that drop. I'm going to drop down a little bit. Actually, I'm not sure if we're going to do that, but we'll get back to that in a second. Let's go to our colour. Now we're going to add on, there we go, this is what I wanted to do. I'll drop it down now, bring it up. I just wanted to add that little bit of warmth. That just, you see the kid's like, there's a warmth by the kid, so I just wanted to take away a little bit of that kind of coolness. I think that's good. We need to now bring this over here, which we can see a bit better now. We can just go in close. I don't think we need to even use the auto mask. There we go. Let's have a look from here. to here. Could be that you would debate whether or not you prefer that. But I think I do. But the most important thing here is bringing out the face, just brightening the face a little bit, and then adding a little bit of clarity to the hair. Okay, great. Bracha, you've done extremely well. And like you said with the homework, you're going to add in the homework for next time, so do that. Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.